All right. Intro time. What was our intro again? Something like "God help us."
Roll to play.
Where there's a stage of men and bones to kick. I'm your host, Steve
And all the
Buscemi, and today we are
Why are
eating
there
the
bones to
dice.
kick? Why are there bones
and
to?
all the world is players, and the stage
I'm
and
fine
the
with.
stage is a
I'm
roll
fighting with
for
eating the
me.
dice. I'm fine with eating the dice, but why are there bones to kick? What happened? Is that our
Uh,
editor?
the
No
the
wonder I have to
previous
do all the
hosts.
fucking
We're
work.
not broke, Predator.
Yeah, we don't have enough to afford an editor. Support us on Patreon. That we don't have a Patreon.
Hey, Michael, could you add that in post?
Thanks, Mike, our non-existent editor.
Hey, Michael, can you add in
No one
a
will
quick,
know any different if we just address Michael every once in a while. They'll
It's
just
gonna be
assume
me.
that we actually have a guy named Michael who's an editor.
It's me. I have to get my name
It is
changed.
Mason. Yeah, Mason is the editor.
I have to get my name changed. Thanks, Mike.
But Mason's going to be editing that out, so no one will know.
Yeah, so last episode we played a whole 4 minutes ago rather than like multiple weeks, so I think you guys probably remember. Kerry picked
No.
up a cool looking ring. Dr. Gellar hatched a
I'm a
master
banter.
plan to seal a tar entity and instead is about to be drowned. And Moose was gonna be shot, but it turns out it's actually just a cool gal who wants to get the fuck out of here. With that, what do we leave off on? I guess we're going to Moose. We just finished with Dr. Gellar. So, Moose, you and Carter are here in this like barricaded room. And what did we leave on? What cliffhanger did we leave on?
We left off on Moose saying, "Where the fuck am I?"
That's right. Yeah, Carter just kind of looks at you and like gives you kind of a weird look. She's like, I just kind of grabbed one of the open offices that were unlocked. We're pretty near the visitor in the mist containment, but there's also the worm's nest pretty close, so we gotta step a bit carefully.
So that means we're on floor 1, correct?
Yeah, wait, what? Oh, the visitor. Yeah, no, you wouldn't want to go down to lower floors. There's some crazy shit down here. And our abnormalities, at least the presentation, said that they're pretty low maintenance, but I've got no idea what the fuck is down there. Like, I pretty much only got info. I only got briefing on the abnos for this floor, so.
Yeah, we went through that slideshow in the presentation room.
Yeah.
That's when the
Can you-
Mistwalker
Can you believe
jumped on
they
us.
have, like, fucking put so many transitions in there? Like, all the paragraphs spun. It was so disorienting.
Yeah, it was really hard for me to read. I had to let my buddy read it for me. I could not watch that.
Yeah, I only paid like half attention because it hurt my eyes. Anyway, we should probably go. By the way, do you have any bullets?
All I got are 2 loaded guns right here, and I hold up my arms.
Okay, yeah, that's sick, but I've got one unloaded gun. Sorry for threatening you earlier.
It's okay.
You seem decent for a looter in the city. And to be fair, I really don't have any choice. Either, I trust you and you betray me and kill me, or I starve to death down here. So, kind of backed into a corner.
Yeah, and I was a little disoriented after the whole mist thing.
Yeah, it was
But,
weird looking.
I say the first thing we should do is attempt to find my allies.
All right, deal. But if we get to the exit, I'm probably gonna make a break for it, regardless of their
Fair.
surviving state. Okay, yeah, here, take some of these. Again, the filter doesn't last super long, but as far as I know, none of them are used yet. I gathered as many as I could, and she hands you like 4 gas masks.
Hell yeah.
She's like, now that the visitor is agitated, I don't know what it's gonna do if it sees us again. Usually it's pretty chill, but that worm also likes to mess with it. And we're pretty lucky. I don't know how sturdy the visitor is, but the worm is pretty easy to annoy, or at least kick the shit out of. From what I hear, it's relatively low maintenance to suppress that thing. It is just a worm after all.
Yeah, we nearly chopped off its head earlier, so as long as it doesn't
You
regrow
almost
quickly.
cut off its head?
Yeah, we got a really big sword.
What? That sounds sick as hell. Is it ego?
I mean, the guy who carries it, like I said, has a pretty big ego.
All right, right. Okay, you guys have no idea what that means. Okay, it's like enhanced gear that just makes you stronger. It's
Oh,
like
that's cool.
refined from abnormalities, but no one knows how they do it. Yeah, okay. You're pretty lucky that you ran into the worm, because I don't think that any other abnormality you would be able to beat with regular weapons. Like, they're fucking scary. The worm is just a worm, luckily. It's dangerous, yeah, but as you said, you can probably cut off its head.
Just really quick pause.
Yeah.
I love how we're at the level of scary to where a man-sized worm with teeth is just a worm.
Yeah, like that's like, she is not kidding. Like if it was anything else and you tried to fight it, you'd probably get your asses beat right about now.
Look, all I know is that we need to avoid the cafeteria. There could be apples, and we all hate apples here.
Project Moon fans hate apples.
It's true. We all hate apples.
Glad to have you on the team, Greg. Anyway, yeah. So she hands you like a stack of 4 of these little portable gas masks, and she starts moving stuff away from the door. She's like, "Okay, we gotta move fast, and quite frankly, I'm not gonna be super helpful. I can get us out of here. I can direct us away from here, but like I said, without bullets, I'm not much help. It was mostly just a fear tactic, and I don't think that's gonna work on a giant worm and a weird-looking deer."
True. Do you have any idea how we might be able to find my allies? Is there any sort of like security room with cameras that we can see?
Actually, yeah. In the cafeteria, there's an intercom system. We can. I didn't even think about that.
No,
fuck yeah, you just mentioned it. Not the apples.
That's it. We're with lost costs. We just leave without them.
The cafeteria. There's an intercom system in this whole place, and the cafeteria is one of the main places where they can make announcements. You know, they like to hold like meetings and stuff. Make announcements up in front of everyone like during lunch, and that way it's broadcast over the whole building. So if we can get in there, yeah, we can find them anywhere. But
these
dangerous.
two entities, these anomalies, do they have enough mental capacity to understand human language? Will we be able to safely send out a message without them coming to us as well?
I'm new. Like I said, if I had to guess, the worm probably not. It seems to just be interested in moving around in the vents until it senses something, but the visitor, I'm not sure. The good news is, even if they were attracted to human speech or anything, the intercoms will be throughout this entire floor, so at least they hopefully won't be able to track us down as easily. And she moves the last, like, heavier desk out of the way of the door, and it is now clear. And she kind of puts her hand on the door handle, and she's like, after you, I guess, and opens it up.
I'm assuming very slowly, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Just going to slowly peek out the room. This is full on stealth mode. I take out my black bandana and tie it across my forehead.
And she's like, "Whoa, you didn't even have to make a temperance check. That's crazy. What the hell?
Stealth mode.
That's so cool."
Clap of my ass cheeks are alerting anomalies to our position.
I'm trying to sneak around the L Corp Relay Station, but the clap of my ass keeps attracting the drowning worm.
You know who would be so helpful to have in this admission?
Anyone else?
The streamer Jinxie.
I don't get this reference.
Chat!
He's the Rainbow Six guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
That blinks a lot.
Oh.
It's because he has, he has
Tourette's?
He has Tourette's, yeah.
Mm.
So why
he's really good at hearing things, though, man.
Oh, I see.
Is that why?
I think it'd just be because, we probably wouldn't get snuck up on.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
That's fair.
Claim!
Anyway, yep, I'm going to peek out the hallway, make sure it's nice and safe.
Yeah, you peek out the hallway, and indeed, it looks relatively clear. You don't see any sign of mist or worm, and you see in the distance there are a couple of rooms, obviously one on either side of the hallway. That's how hallways work, but they're pretty hard to make out what they are from here. Nothing looks super familiar.
Coast is clear. Let's make it to the cafeteria.
All right, here, come with me. Yeah, she dashes out of the room and she makes a solid left and starts, not like sprinting, but, moving pretty quick and quiet.
Yeah, crouch sprint.
Yeah, exactly. And
I press the left trigger. Or no, not left trigger. Fuck. I press left joystick and I crouch down.
I was gonna say, what
and
the
move.
fuck game are you playing where
No,
sprint is on
B
the left
button.
trigger?
well then, can you make a temperance check?
Yes. I'm just realizing now I haven't played a console game in so long. I don't know what the buttons are anymore. Cody, I need your help.
What?
How does controllers work? I need to crouch sprint.
Holy shit, Carter's stealthy as hell.
Well, it depends what the game is programmed on.
11.
Okay, Moose is stealthy as hell. Hell yeah, you guys
It's-
crouch sprint all
I
the
already
way
told
down
you,
the hallway.
I'm in stealth mode.
You're so good. Yeah, you press in L3. You're going. Fuck yeah.
You, L3? What the fuck?
Okay.
Is that
R3, I don't
PlayStation?
care.
Wait, L3? Is there an L3?
There's an
No,
L3 and an R3.
Oh,
Yeah, sprinting in this game is left on the D-pad.
Oh no!
Why?
Dark Souls controls. Dark Souls
No,
controls.
I want to be. You have to hold on B.
Yeah, actually, you have to hold down
Grand
S
Theft
on
Auto
the
rules.
keyboard.
You have to hold
S.
Yeah, S is for sprint.
S
dude.
is for sprint.
And S is also for sneak. So when you hold it, you just move really fast, quietly. Okay, you guys start moving down this hallway without like problems, and she's moving down. She's like, "All right, yeah, this isn't gonna be awesome, I have to admit." And as you guys are moving closer to the next room, it's obscured by large, stringy strands of mostly translucent mucus. It looks like the worm has covered the walls of this room. And you can look in past essentially these like mucusy curtains. And it looks like the cafeteria. Like there's a serving area, a little podium up front with a little button next to it and a microphone, and a variety of tables strewn about the room. And in the center of the room, there are a mass of like cracked and shattered tables and a whole bunch of clothes and a whole bunch of debris on the floor that don't look like the tables. And as Carter kind of pulls up next to you, crouching down, she goes, "Oh shit, okay. I didn't notice before. It looks like the drowning worm made this its new nest, and I guess it did that after it killed my coworkers in what looks like a last stand."
I'm going to take a moment and survey the room. Close my eyes and just really
Close
just
your
sense
eyes
everything
to look around the room. You're stupid.
with my ears, and then I open my eyes and I see everything.
All right, make me an
And-
insight check.
And I totally see.
You can't just say it. You
the
have to roll for
worm.
it.
But
Oh,
I'm
no,
just
you-
trying to get so good.
I was gonna say Moose obviously doesn't know, but Greg knows that you're perfectly fine, bro. The worm's
Oh, yeah,
on
no.
Dr. Gellar. Yeah, you're
Oh, yeah,
vibing.
I'm perfectly fine, but Moose doesn't know that.
No, yeah, absolutely.
What kind of roll is this?
Insight. To
Insight. That's gonna be a
investigate environments.
9.
Okay, mixed success. You get most of it. You are 99% sure that the worm isn't hanging out in here right now. You remember it likes to hang around in vents and towards the ceiling, and so you survey very carefully, and it appears to be entirely clear. Again, the main thing that draws your notice is first the intercom at kind of the far
Yeah.
front of the room, and also those debris I talked about. They all seem to be wood, right? Like the tables would be.
Mm-hmm.
And the tables are indeed broken and scattered about, but the debris that stands out to you is a very different color. a much lighter color than the rest of the tables, as if it was broken. It looks like broken wood, but from a different source, and you don't see anything like that in here.
I'm assuming I probably was like actually no, I'm not gonna assume anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, it seems like the worm isn't currently here. It's probably safe to move in. You see those that wood debris in there? I see some of it's from the tables. Do you recognize the other wood here?
Not off the top of my head. We were informed about ego gear that could be made of any material, but I hadn't been provided any yet. I was still training. I didn't get a good look at it, but it's possible that's what it is. You're right. It looks different, and it's near their quote-unquote last stand, as I'm saying.
I would like to investigate the suspicious wood.
Oh, yeah. You,
What time of day is it?
you're 80 miles underground.
Would you say this is morning, and that this might be morning wood?
No, I think it took you guys, you guys
Oh,
went
okay.
in just before lunch, so it's probably
I'll
around,
stop it with the
3 or
perverted
so.
jokes.
But you are really hard, though, so that's... Anyway, yeah, you walk over, and indeed, this looks like an entirely different source altogether. There's splintered pieces and like a solid chunk of it around. You can find some slightly larger pieces that look like they were staffs or like shaped into small handles, like punching instruments, nightsticks or something, essentially. It looks like a bunch of broken wooden bats in the middle of this.
Can I investigate to see if any of them are whole, or are you just gonna say they're all broken?
They are all broken. They're all
Okay.
broken. Good try.
If I roll good enough, you'll have to make it true. And that's all that's in there. It's just the table wood and these now broken bats in there as well.
Yeah, and also some general lobotomy corp clothes and stuff. Again, the bodies
yes.
are missing.
I mean, I guess there's probably no harm in picking up one of the broken bats, seeing if there's any sort of logo in branding or anything like that.
Yeah.
Stop laughing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I just really like that you said there's no harm in it. Yeah, you grab one of these slightly larger chunks, and as you pick it up, you kind of turn it over in your hands, and you see that it's not just wood. It looks like on the bottom it was face down from what you can see, but there's insignia, markings on it, as if it's some sort of language or something, like runes essentially, but it's nothing you are familiar with. And as you pick it up and kind of are investigating it, you see a very, very faint blue glow come from these items, and I need you to write something down on your character sheet for me.
Oh, okay.
You're going to write down...
Where am I writing it down?
Just wherever, just to keep
Okay.
track of it for later. Write down...
I'm gonna write it on a sticky note.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, write down 2 sinking for me. And
Is it the number 2 or
Yeah.
TOO?
Yeah, the number 2 and sinking. This is a status effect. We'll find out what it does later. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. And as you pick it up and this very faint blue glow kind of goes off, you just get this awful feeling. Like you're having the worst day of your entire life. Like your stomach drops and your shoulders droop a little. And then the glow fades and you're like, oh, never mind. This is a great time. I love hanging out with my friends in the danger facilities. But the feeling passes, is what I'm trying to say.
I was about to be like, I am sorry, Carter. I am now depressed.
I have been inflicted with the depressed status. I'm sorry.
You will have to go on without me. I will now lay on the floor and
The curse of
and
Eeyore.
think for a very long time.
But yeah, that's all that's in this general area. Are you gonna pocket some of these pieces?
I mean, actually, what I wanted to do before you were like, "Hey, write down
Sorry.
some stuff,"
Sorry.
is I want to not hand it to, Carter, but kind of just like genuinely like bring it to their attention and be like, hey, do you recognize this writing? Is this the ego? Why am I why am I summarizing what I do? I just have to do it. Cut this out so people think I'm good at role playing.
Okay, that saves us like a minute.
I'm just going to kind of like hand it over to Carter and be like, that is their name, right, Carter?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just be like, hey, do you recognize this language at all? Is this ego that you're speaking of?
She kind of looks at it and she like holds out her hand. Are you handing it to her? Sorry, I guess you said that.
If she really wants to hold it, sure, why not?
Yeah. You hand it off to Carter, and you like see her face kind of change as she gets the same feeling as you, and she's like, ugh, yeah. So that's what's left of their ego gear. That's not a great feeling. I know.
Oh, I see you felt that too.
Yeah, that's the problem with ego. If it's not if your spirit, I guess, isn't like strong, if your mental state isn't strong enough, it really messes with you, and it can be bad if you like put on a suit and hold one of these weapons or something. Shit gets bad, man. Ugh. But I mean, we can hold on to it for now. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. It looks pretty inert, and I mean, I can't read whatever is on here. But
How much do you think this could fetch?
I mean, probably a pretty decent chunk. This is L Corp technology. I mean, by the sound of it, no one else is really investigating these facilities right now. So I'd say pocket that shit, man.
Would it be dangerous if I grabbed a bunch of these? You said it was dangerous to wear armor and hold one.
Yeah, I think you more or less got it now. I'm pretty sure that you won't get additional sinking stacks by picking up these items off the floor. Something just tells me.
Oh, thank you, Carter. that really, that really, reaffirms in myself that we're doing good stuff here.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you can pocket some of these splintery pieces.
I pocket some of it,
Yeah.
doing my part, and then I'm gonna mosey on over to the little intercom.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Carter is just like, all right, yeah, I guess send out the call. We're pretty actually close to the entrance, so just tell them to get to the stringy room, I guess.
I'm just going to tap on the mic like everyone used to do back in
Is
like
this thing on?
high school or something.
You creak it loudly towards your mouth.
Yeah.
Attention all L Corp survivors, this is your captain speaking. Please take yourselves and your personal belongings to the cafeteria, also known as the stringy room. Thank you. Peanuts are no longer available.
I mean, yeah, I grabbed them all and I took them to the room where I was hiding.
Do Arthur and Kerry hear that?
Yeah, we're gonna cut away now. We're done with Greg's section. He was taking too long. Damn it, Greg.
Yeah, I know.
No, you're fine. We're gonna hop back to I guess Kerry, top of the rotation of. I guess now the order has shifted slightly since the gun in Moose's back turned out to be a friend in disguise, and Dr. Gellar encountered something much more horrific. But
Dr. Gellar is in horrible danger.
so yeah, the order might have changed, but yeah, we're gonna move to Kerry. Kerry, you're hanging out, looking around this counseling office, and you hear the intercom in the corner of the room click on, and you hear Moose's announcement. What's your play here?
Okay, so I go, I am hungry.
I will also say, because it's been like an hour, and I don't know if you remember, when you look down the other hallway, there was the stringy room. Like, you're right next to the cafeteria.
All right, now I walk into the I go to the cafeteria.
You're just dropping that fucking counseling shit, huh? It's over. You do still have those like 3 briefcasey items and the desk.
Oh yeah.
You filed away the manila folder.
Yeah. I'll grab one of those bolt cases.
Okay.
And I'll start making my way down to the cafeteria.
Making your way downtown. Hell yeah.
No. Cafeteria.
Fair. Yeah, you grab one of these cases, pull it out of the filing cabinets. It's not too heavy. And you start making your way down there. It is a leisurely jog, and I don't know how careful Kerry is being. Uh, how careful is Kerry being?
Here, I want to say 1 second. Let me pull up. This is how I want to be.
Take on me.
Should even find it real quick.
This is an
I
audio
can't.
medium, Cody.
Yeah, it's an audio medium, but it helps you guys get the visual picture. I don't know.
Yeah, but you have to describe it to the listeners.
So I
that
want
they can
I
get the picture.
was gonna make a joke saying I'm like frolicking like a little kid.
Oh, you like
"La,
skipping
la, la."
with your arms up?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
you were gonna do this.
Nah.
Okay. Yeah,
But,
Kerry
yeah.
fucking frolics down those hallways, dude. He's fine.
La, 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 la.
Don't care.
Meanwhile, Moose is getting a gun back to his head, and Gellar is just getting choked out by water. This is why I was nice to the creature.
It's that easy. You make your way down this hallway towards the stringy room as Moose described and you had previously seen, and you kind of pull back this layer of mucus, essentially. And in front of you is the same scene that was in front of Moose. You see Moose standing towards the front of the room with a tall-looking lady with, auburn messed up hair and back in a braid, who's kind of like looks at you shocked, and she's like, Is that your friend?
Oh yeah, no, he's with me.
Okay, wow, that was fast. Where were you? What?
Hey, Kerry.
And I wave like really like.
Were you just waving? There was like 4 seconds of dead silence. I'm like, Kerry?
Yeah, I said I was waving.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that
Cody,
was
it's an audio medium.
that was really quick.
Why? I had to fill in the time that I was waving.
With silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You wave, and could Kerry and Moose both make me an insight roll real quick?
Why the third person?
Gellar's not there. Oh, you
Not
mean
there.
Carter? You mean Carter?
Yeah.
Sure. Carter can make an insight roll. Absolutely.
Oh, I just thought you weren't gonna say it
Yeah.
because
Holy
either Carter was
shit.
about to do something or Carter's already rolling it, but you.
I have
rolled-
not rolled below a 4 tonight. Carter is a god, dude.
You said insight.
Yes.
8.
9.
Okay, yeah, Carter got a 10. Damn, she got a full ass success. You guys both got mixed successes, but I think that the area here is appropriate enough, and you guys are familiar now with this environment, and you all kind of notice at the same time as Carter as well. You just hear her go, "Ah, shit." And from the way that Moose and Carter entered, which is directly across the cafeteria from you, Kerry, you see that through the mucus that's pulled back, a trail of blue mist begins to filter through along the floor. What'd y'all do?
Okay, so we're in the cafeteria, right?
Yep. The stringy
Is there
room.
is there a kitchen somewhere that we can duck in really quick?
Yeah, sure, that would make sense, wouldn't it? There is also a third way out of this room. There is the way that Kerry just entered from, which leads to counseling, as Kerry knows. There is the way that Moose and Carter came in, which leads to you're not entirely sure where. And then there is a third, much larger hallway leading a direction you guys have not gone yet. But
Well, Moose is gonna start making his way very quietly over to the kitchen and is gonna do some hand signs to be stealth over this way, follow.
yo, what does that mean? I don't know what those signs mean. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Carter follows.
Greg, this is an audio medium.
Yeah, can you explain in detail exactly what the signs are, please? We've already used half an hour of our time here. Does Kerry follow? There is like a little
Yeah,
kitchenette area.
Yeah.
You know what? It's Jurassic Park. You guys know that scene in Jurassic Park where the
Yeah.
velociraptors are like
Yeah.
chasing the kids around the kitchen? It's that. It's like a couple of rows of like counters and sinks and stuff and ovens along the wall. It's like a pretty nice looking kitchen, but it's all gunked up by worm slime. It's pretty icky, I'm not gonna lie to you. You like
Can we
step
when
in
we
it
when we
squishes.
eventually open our merch store,
Mhm.
can we get T-shirts that say "gunked up by worm slime"? please?
Gunked up by worm slime.
Just like an
Oof.
impact font.
Comic Sans.
Oh no!
I went to an L Corp Relay Station, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
And,
Oh my god!
and all I
Damn.
got was gunked up by a worm slime. Yeah, I was gonna say if you follow them in there, Kerry. Yeah, it's just the kitchen. It's the kitchen from Jurassic Park, and you guys can see as the it's like a kitchen door, by the way. It doesn't like lock or anything. It's like one of the swingy doors.
Like
you guys know the
swinging, yeah.
ones with the one like round window right in the top middle.
Yeah.
You know the
Yeah.
ones. You see the visitor enter the room right as you're ducking in. Would everyone please make me a temperance check?
Me too.
No, sorry. When I said everyone, I meant everyone in this scene. Sorry, Gellar, we'll get to you in a bit. You'll be making plenty of checks. Dude, I have not rolled below a 4.
Oh.
Carter is a god.
I got an 11.
This is my lowest roll of the night. 7.
Ooh, holy shit. Okay. Y'all are doing great. Bro, Carter has done nothing but roll full successes either. Holy shit. Okay, you guys are stealthy as something that is stealthy. Mice? Mice aren't all that stealthy, actually. What's stealthy?
A stealthy mouse.
Yeah, you guys are as stealthy as a really quiet mouse.
Yeah.
A really sneaky mouse. And you guys just kind of move to the back. And you can see, by the way, as you kind of dash behind some counters, essentially, again, Jurassic Park style, like back up against them, all three of you kind of just looking at each other. Carter holds out a gas mask to you, Kerry, because she has a pile of them on hand.
Oh, a pile.
Yeah, she has like 4. I mean, you already have one, but I don't know if you're wearing it.
I never canonically took it off.
Okay, never mind. She holds it out to you, and then she's like, "Oh, oopsie, sorry."
You know what I should have done last episode? Instead of the file folder in Indiana Jones, it should have been the gas mask.
Oh, that would have been good. It's not getting retconned.
Nah, yeah, it's not. Unless.
The manila folder, which lasts all 4 more seconds as you filed it away between Octopus and Onomatopoeia. The 2 L Corp Relay facility workers with very strange names. Anyway. She holds out the gas mask and then realizes that she's being dumb. And she's like, alright, I don't know what exactly is it's gonna do. Again, I told Moose that now that it's been riled up, I have no idea how it's gonna react when it sees someone. And it'll probably recognize you guys, which also isn't great. So, we're just gonna hope that it doesn't come back here. And you hear the kitchen door swing open and a little bit of mist trail along beneath the floor. And we're gonna cut to Dr. Gellar.
All right. I have a new plan.
What's Arthur up to?
I've had plenty of time to think. So, if I remember correctly about the drowning worm, the way that it operates is it reacts to sound, and then when it focuses its teeth on you, you start to drown? Is that right?
Yes, that is very accurate. It also reacts to a little bit of everything. It reacts to sound primarily, but if it detects that like something is not alive, then it'll refocus on whatever is next.
All right, so
and it doesn't seem to have spotted you yet. It's just coming out of the vent and kind of hanging out.
The tar creature. So ignore the drowning worm for a second. Is the tar creature en route for like the original plan?
It is, but now the computer is a small distance away. Not that far, but
not that worried about the computer. For
Fair.
now, Dr. Gellar is going to just stay completely still, waiting for the tar creature to come toward the glass containment unit.
Okay. It continues to do so. This thing pulls itself down the hallway again. It's reaching with hands, and it grabs the floor and drags itself forward, and then those hands fall away into liquid, and it pulls out more as these eyes are opening and appearing and looking straight towards you and pulling itself forward. And you can see again, it's like filling the hallway behind it. Like that hallway behind it is now just full of tar. This thing is appearing infinite. But yes, it continues en route.
Does it reach the containment? Yeah, I will wait until it reaches the containment unit.
Sure, yes. It enters the visitor's containment unit and begins to, like, press up against the glass wall closest towards you.
Okay, good. So, in theory, since it's this, like, infinite mass that's, like, filling everything up, it's starting to fill up that containment unit, too?
That is correct.
So, this is when Dr. Gellar will act.
Okay.
So, the drowning room is coming from my right, yeah?
Yep.
And the containment unit with the tar creature is in front of me?
Yep.
Dr. Gellar is going to step to his left and put the containment unit now between himself and the drowning worm and start tapping on the glass to make noise.
Shit. Okay. Whoa. All right.
Whoa!
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Fuck yeah, this is awesome. Okay, this tar creature has filled up this glass containment, or at least started to, right? And it's like pressing up higher and higher against the glass, blocking your view of the drowning worm as you tap on this glass. And it takes a second. And then you see it. It fucking happens. From these eyes that are all staring at you, these hands clamoring as more appear behind the opening of the containment, and it begins to slowly squelch around, still just as full inside this containment unit, but now slowly begin to seep out from the back and move around towards you. Water begins to just flood in front of this thing's face. It has no eye, or it has no mouth, it has no nose, and yet water is just spraying from seemingly nowhere as the drowning worm's effect takes hold of this tar. And as it does, the eyes shoot open and the arms thrash outwards, moving faster and faster and knocking about on the glass and the floor behind, and it starts flooding out of the hallway at a rapid rate now. And as it does, these hands and eyes are dragging it ever forwards, and then the water stops as you hear a sickly crunch and a squelch from the side of the room where the drowning worm is.
Drowning worm dead, in theory?
But the hands, in theory, but the hands are still coming for you, now enraged and locked on you with these horrible, horrible eyes all over it.
Yeah. Is the computer reachable?
Yes, it is.
And it's at least part of it is still in the containment?
At least part of it, again, but it's still like, it's seeping out from behind. The arms are now manifesting from outside of the containment as well. It's not just this front part anymore.
Yeah. Can I see any evidence of the worm?
Yeah, as you dash around, this is something I don't think Dr. Gellar would have experienced, because if there was ever a breach, he was not on the suppression team. He only worked with the abnormalities. You see something incredibly strange, where you assume the worm previously sat. There is a large trail of mucus. There is water covering the floor as this tar has almost caught up with it. And there is purple, what you recognize to be its blood from when Kerry cut it, sprayed across the wall and floor that appears to be evaporating at a really, really fast rate. And in the center of all of it is what looks like a giant egg. A huge, huge round object that looks like it's made of almost coiled rope, And then as you look at it, you realize that this egg doesn't have a shell. It appears to be made of, like, coiled worm skin. But it's completely inert. It's not moving as these tar-like hands are reaching
How
forward.
big is it?
It's a little bit bigger than a bowling ball.
Grabbing it. 100%
All right,
grabbing it.
make me an instinct check.
8.
It is a mixed success. You run forward and you grab this egg just as these arms begin, like, thrashing forward to grab it. And it's hefty, but it's not unbearable, right? But as you screech to a halt, scoop it up, and begin to run the opposite direction, you feel one of these tar hands wrap around your ankle, and it grabs you with shocking strength as your foot feels like it's moving through molasses. Oh, also you heard Moose's announcement.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I completely forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. Okay, so when he feels that, I guess he'll look over his shoulder and try and make contact with any of those eyes that are popping out of it.
Okay.
And Dr. Gellar's eyes flash, one yellow and one green, and he'll attempt to paralyze it or command it with his voice.
Okay. Let's see. Make me this. I'm not gonna have you make an attack. I'm gonna make you roll justice.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. 11.
Yeah. Okay. You said using your voice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You turn towards this thing that has just grabbed your ankle, and as you make contact, these burning eyes, now absolutely enraged, pierce right into you as you open your mouth, as you have so many times before, and whereas most of the times a question is asked in that strange, ethereal, monstrous voice, instead just a garbled mess of noises spills from your mouth. Something that you don't recognize. A language, some sort of sound, but the creature reacts to it as you feel the back of your throat fill with blood and you cough a bit as your throat is torn up by making these horrible noises that a human was just not meant to make. Normally it hurts, it dislocates your jaw, it's unnatural, it feels strange, but this feels like you gargled razor blades for a moment. And the thing recoils backwards in almost shock and horror, and you tear your foot free, and I'm just gonna assume that you run.
He will pause for just a split moment with a little bit of like a smug grin on his face and kind of wipe the blood away from the corner of his mouth and just kind of glare at the tar creature before he turns to go, and it just goes like, "You do not know who you are trifling with," and then he'll run off.
Damn, what a smug little bastard. Nice. Yeah, as you travel down this hallway, you hear thudding behind you as this thing begins to move again, and originally it was slow and picked up speed very slowly, but now it increases in speed at a rapid rate. You can hear the arms banging and clawing on the walls and floors behind you as it matches your pace, and it is still behind. You have a head start, but it is moving just as fast as you now. From the cafeteria, there's
No, thank you. You can go back together.
From the cafeteria, you guys are sitting backs to the counters, Jurassic Park style, as this mist is kind of like filtering through very slowly. These clopping noises of hooves hitting the floor, moving slowly around you, and then you hear thudding. and it gets louder and louder, and there's more and more. It sounds like someone is absolutely decimating halls and doors and offices just on the other side of the wall that you guys are on. There is something huge moving down the hallway, and you hear from inside the kitchen a gentle noise that you have heard before, what we would call like a whale call, and then the mist disappears. And as you look around, this mist that was like filtering along the floor, as mist does, behaving almost liquid-like it was heavy, like it rolled along the floor, it evaporates upwards, and then everything is quiet.
You can go back to Gellar now. I am not comfy.
What do y'all do?
I get up. I peek my head around just a little bit, like slowly.
So I was just saying,
Okay.
Moose is
Yeah.
like gonna wait like a solid minute to make sure he doesn't hear anything else.
Cool.
He's not gonna be going out too early.
Yeah, so Kerry, you peek your head up. How many hit points do you have? No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to scare you. Yeah, there's nothing in the room. Where you heard the visitor moving just moments before, where the source of this mist was, there's just nothing. You didn't hear the door open. You just saw the mist disappear and silence. There's nothing.
I'm just going to look over at what was
Carter?
Carter, thank you. I was like Catherine Chase. What was it? Yeah, Carter, and be like, what the hell just happened?
She looks at you with pretty like wide eyes, and she's like, I have no idea. The visitor is able to displace things with its mist, so they always tried to keep a fume hood on it. That's what I was told, to keep that off of them, but I have no idea if it can move itself, if it can go invisible. I have no idea what just happened.
Well,
I mean, a part of
you
me
know-
wants to go up to the window and like look, but then the other part of me goes, "No, that's stupid."
I look.
Carrie looks at the
new-
window.
I look at the new person, and I say, you know what they always say? There's always a bigger fish. And I slowly want to like creep up to the window.
Do we know what
Honestly,
fish are?
that was fucking that was tough as hell. that was raw. That was awesome.
Yeah, you look out the window. There's no sign of the visitor. This room looks exactly the same as when you just left it to dash into the kitchen a moment ago. And the girl who you're not familiar with goes, I'm Carter, by the way. I take it you're this fellow's friend?
And
Cody's waving again.
Yeah, I was gonna say Co's waving.
yeah,
Okay, all right. I'll take that as a yes. Okay, did Moose? Did you ever tell Carter your name? I don't actually remember.
Yes, that was the first thing I said.
Okay,
I
you
said,
did
my name
say
is
your name
Moose
is Moose.
and
Okay.
blank.
Moose, right? You said that there was one more of your friends in here?
Yeah, a fellow by the name of Dr. Gellar.
Okay.
Hopefully he's still alive.
Well,
I mean, best we can do is probably wait for him since he should have heard the call.
I will say we just knew where the visitor was, and I don't think whatever that noise was the worm. So I'm not sure what the odds of him still being alive are. I have no idea what that was either, but it was moving towards us, so maybe that's good. We should go.
Kerry, what are your thoughts?
I'm good.
Good with what?
You're good. Yeah, that's not an answer. What?
Ah, shit. We're gonna edit that out.
I'm
We're gonna
doing
edit that out.
great, guys.
So the options were get out are
Or
Either we
not?
wait for Gellar, or we leave
I'm just
now.
imagining Kerry sitting in a chair. He's just like, "Nah, I'm good."
He's accepted this place.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. So this is where we cut back in, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, well, even though the old man is a bit of a he's a bit of a wimp, I still follow the rules of no man left behind.
Right.
So
Okay.
I say we wait.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess let's at least gather out there. I mean, it's probably not best just to hunker back here. We don't have a second way out. We went back here to hide, but it's probably better to be out in the cafeteria.
Very well.
Y'all push open the door, re-enter the cafeteria. How many hit points? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, y'all are fine. You're good. And we're gonna cut back to Dr. Gellar real quick as you are sprinting down these hallways. You're moving quick because this thing is moving quick. You don't really have an option here. And you see a couple of noticeable things. You run past a room labeled the counseling office. You run past a room labeled as 009-573. It is, it has a really weird, like, vertical sliding door instead of, like, a regular one, and you're not sure why. And up ahead, you see a stringy room, a stringing doorway at the end of this hall, covered in, like, a translucent mucus and slime that you recognize from the worm.
Well, he said it was the stringy room. Moose, Kerry, can you hear me? He just keeps booking it at the fastest his old withered legs will carry him.
We're all just holding cards. Go fish.
That's weird. I thought I heard something.
Full
Must
house.
have been the wind.
Yes, you guys can hear him.
Carter, what's the quickest way out?
Straight ahead. We're literally right there. I wanted to leave instead of hiding when the visitor came, but yeah, we can just go.
You guys just hear, "Run!"
Can you say that a little less violently so it doesn't pique your mic as bad?
Oh, sorry.
Run!
No. Okay.
Just have to be like, run! There you go. That was better. Yeah, as you hear Gellar shout, this thudding becomes more and more apparent. The same thing you heard through the wall in the kitchen. As you look down through this mostly visible through mucus curtain, essentially, you see Dr. Gellar holding a large round brown object, and behind him just a wall of the pitchest black liquid you have ever seen, manifesting arms and eyes that are burning with hatred as it crashes down this hallway behind him. And Carter looks and she goes, "What the fuck is that?"
Go! Go! Go!
Yeah, and the three of you begin to run.
Can we do this Scooby-Doo startup run?
Yeah. Your legs turn into circles for a second, and yeah, it makes the little sound. And you four, take off like a fucking shot straight ahead, and after just a short dash, straight in front of you are those stairs that you came down with the emergency lighting still lighting the way all the way up. And Carter just immediately starts booking it. She leads the fucking way. She starts dashing. I assume everyone follows.
Yeah.
No. We all slow down, actually.
Moose is like, but what if it's a trap? And then he dies and he suffocates.
But what if the correct answer to this puzzle was to allow yourself entry into the black ooze?
The real friends was the black ooze we found along the way.
That's right.
Yeah, you three dash up like one, and again it's like switchback stairs going back and forth and up, and again they're like a light chain link metal essentially, not actual chain links, but you know what I'm talking about, like the light aluminum stairs. and you are running back and forth up these switchbacks, and as you hit, like, the second landing, you hear a crash as this just wall of black slams into the ground beneath you, and for a second, it's perfectly calm, before a huge singular eye opens in the top, looking straight up at the four of you, and arms begin to reach their way upwards, clawing their way as this liquid fills below you rapidly. Would everyone mind making me some instinct checks? Let's roll some dice.
I'm okay.
Let's roll some dice.
Pass.
I double it and give it to the next person.
Oh boy! 2 more instinct checks.
Let's go.
8.
Okay.
10.
Okay. Moose?
10.
Holy shit. Okay, nice. For just a moment in front of you, Carter stumbles up a step, but we'll say like Moose is following her. Moose, you just push her up and keep on schmovin'. And at the back of the line, Gellar falters for just a moment. Kerry, you can pull him up if you wish. You got a full-ass success.
I'll pick him up.
I think I'm good, actually. I think that we've resolved our arguments, and I think that I'm the winner. Push him down. Yeah. Gellar, Kerry reaches out his hand, and the two of you do the tough guy handshake as he pulls you back to your feet. And just with a couple of feet beneath you, well, those are running, but also a couple beneath your couple of feet, this black ooze is almost catching up to you, and every time you hit a landing, it gets a little bit closer if you're not constantly ascending, and then you can see the light of day. Late evening, in fact, as you break through this huge metal security door and out into the sunlight, and you can see there, as Zoe watches you just sprint out of this facility, he's like, oh my god, alright, well, looks like
So, we need to fucking close the door!
and...
Can I, like, pound on whatever button there is to slam the security door shut?
Yeah,
If there is one.
absolutely, as you pass it, yeah, it's just on the inside, sure. And these two huge
Moose
doors...
just spams B to, like, get the conversation to skip.
Interact. It's an unskippable cutscene, Zoe. Why'd they put you here? And the doors slam shut behind you. As the three of you... Right, 4. Again, I have to remember Carter is in your party now. Damn.
Oh no, we lost Dr. Gellar! Oh no!
Oh no, Carter's the third main character now.
Oh no!
Yeah, as you guys collapse, kind of panting to the ground, again, even Kerry and Moose, and you guys are huge, tough men. Like, you just ascended, like, fucking 3 stories of stairs, the fastest you ever have in your entire life. You'll be winded for a hot second. And,
Dr. Gellar is, like, coughing up his lungs.
yeah, you're still coughing blood. Yeah. It's like
These
it's not
guys are, like,
much,
in
but...
peak physical condition. Dr. Gellar is a withered old man.
As you guys are panting and
So,
coughing...
pretty much we're JoJo characters, and he's just a normal
he's like
everyday
a normal
character in
guy,
JoJo.
Yeah.
I love how only the main characters in JoJo are really big and buff, and then just anyone else is just normal,
It's true.
human, skinny boy.
Like 4 feet shorter than
regular
everyone.
guy.
Yeah. Zoe walks over towards the car where Cece is standing, and Cece holds out her hand, and Zoe hands her a bundle of cash and turns towards you, and he's like, okay, so you all made it, and apparently we're in a bit of a hurry. I'll take that as a good sign.
With the door shut behind us, I think we're going to be all right.
Okay.
Doors
Fuck.
open.
The door open. No. Okay. First of all, I want to hear all about it. But more importantly, I did ask you guys to bring back anything of note, anything that was weird. You brought back a whole ass person.
Yeah, among a few other things. And also, just for a moment, Kerry? Sorry for snapping at you. Thanks for helping me out back there.
You're...
It's, I'm old. I don't do well under pressure.
Well, just make sure that next time you gotta be ready for anything. Even Black Loop that has a giant eyeball.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Thanks again.
That's the
No
real moral of the
problem,
story.
Doc. Always
I
be
love-
ready for Black
I love how
Loop.
Gellar is just like, I am sorry, apology, and then Kerry's responds with, expect the unexpected, old man.
While you guys
Mason, let me
are-
know when we're about to end the episode, because I have a line to like perfectly dovetail the episode.
Okay, I do. There will be a post-credit scene then, but we're almost there. As you guys are having a bromance over there, Carter picks herself up and starts walking towards Zoe and Cece, and Zoe's like, "Okay, yeah, so we should probably start with explanations immediately. First of all, who is this?" And Carter reaches him and slaps him as hard as she can across the face.
Arthur just kind of blinks.
Cece fucking just like snorts. She's like,
Can Kerry just go hot?
Zoe's kind of like
No, no.
shocked into
No,
fucking
actually-
stunned silence. Sorry, go ahead, Cody.
I was like, I want. Can Kerry just go? God, I wish that was me. He was whispering under his breath. God, I wish that was me.
Yeah, Zoe's like fucking shocked into silence for a moment. He's like, intimidating and put together, and a guy. He's like a strong guy. He just got the shit slapped out of him, and Carter is just fucking fuming. She's like, "You sent 3 inexperienced fixers, regular people, down into an L Corp facility with no map, with no fucking ego gear, and you expected them to walk out alive. They are normal people. That is how normal people die."
And I was while that's happening, Kerry just flexes in the background saying, "Nothing normal about me."
I like her. She's good.
Zoe is like recovering and just kind of staring, and he sees that she's wearing L Corp gear, and he's just like, "Okay, well, Kerry, you kind of beat me to it, but he's right. No one here, I think, is normal. So, also, they made it out and brought you, which is a lot more than what apparently you can say from the looks of you. What have you been doing, starving the last 5 days? Get in the fucking car, all 4 of you. Come on." And he opens up the door to the back, and Cece hops in the front. And
Ooh, we're in trouble.
Carter kind of looks to you 3, and she's like, Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you would have done the same.
Thumbs up.
Yeah,
Kerry just looks at the window edgily. Like an edgy boy.
yeah. I don't know if I would have done the same, but by the way, Carter, I take it you're their 3rd.
Oh, yes. Dr. Gellar.
A pleasure. Yeah, and she turns to Zoe in the back of this car, and she goes, "Let me join. I've got info. I can help. I can navigate you. I might be new, but I can keep these 3 alive. Or hope that I can. At least feed you guys information."
I wouldn't turn down another.
Good for me.
They did absolutely nothing wrong with me down there and never held a gun to my head. They are okay in my book.
You have a gun? I want him to say, when he says that, I want him to look at Moose when he says that. You have a gun?
What?
Listen.
Yeah, I got 2 guns right here, Kerry.
Holy
And
shit, it's the
hold up my-
same line.
And he goes, "Oh yeah? Gun off!"
I hope you folks brought your tickets, because this is the gun show.
Holy
Sorry,
shit.
Carter. This happens about every 45
Yeah,
minutes.
I know. He said that down there, too. Is that like his catchphrase?
Yeah,
Okay,
get used
alright.
get used to it. It's kind of his brand.
Zoe fucking cuts you all off. He's like, "Cece," and he makes a little signal, and she rolls up the partition between the back and the driver. Again, this is like a kind of limo style thing, and you guys take off. And Zoe looks to the three of you and says, okay, I guess that we have 5 in the company now, including Cece. So, welcome to the team, Carter, from your introduction with Dr. Gellar there. More importantly, you 3, what all did you find down there?
I'm still holding this giant egg thing.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna start.
Well, there was a large serpentine abnormality, large toothy maw that
It was a
seemed to
worm,
operate
Gellar.
it was referred to in the documents that we found as the drowning worm. I was able to defeat it, and after that, it left this behind.
What the? An egg? What? Huh? What? And Carter pipes up from the other side, and she goes, "Yeah, again, this was covered in training when they were showing me around. Whenever an abnormality is suppressed, it goes into a dormant state. I don't know how long it's going to stay like that. You don't exactly kill abnormalities."
So, we're going to need an enclosure.
Yeah, no shit. Holy shit. Okay. So, first of all, it's a little fucked up that you brought back a whole ass monster, but on the bright side, you did bring back a whole ass monster. That is okay. That this far exceeds my expectations. I'm not gonna lie. This is good. Okay, and anyone else? Next.
I have a bag of sticks that make me not feel good. And I
Okay.
open up the bag of not feel good sticks.
I already have cigarettes, thanks though. By the way, Zoe is smoking. I forgot to mention that. Just assume it's a
Zoe
part
loves
of his
his
outfit.
ciggies.
Yeah, just assume it's part of his outfit. Yeah, you hold out these splintered pieces of ego gear to him, and he's like, "Okay, I mean, we can work with this. They're abnormal in some way. Again, Carter, you are now our resource on things that kill abnormalities. I take that this is important." And again, she's, yeah, and she briefly explains ego gear, how it is just an enhancement weaved from abnormalities, but no one knows how. Okay, all right, this is great. This is great stuff. All right, Kerry.
Guys, I figured it out. We have like the giant ass sewing machine. We have an egg. Just shove the egg into the giant ass sewing machine and make outfits.
ego gear. It's that
It's
easy.
that easy.
Okay, yeah, this is, again, holy shit, you guys are honestly exceeding my expectations. Kerry, anything else?
Oh yeah, I found this black ring. I'm gonna start reaching in my pocket to grab it.
Yeah, you reach into your pocket and there's nothing there.
Uh-oh.
Gary?
Well, Kerry?
I reach. It must be my other pocket.
Yeah, you kind of pat yourself down. You reach into a couple pockets. There's nothing there. There's nothing there at all. There's no holes in your pockets. Marcel did a bang up job. It's just empty. The ring isn't on you.
Kerry,
Yeah. Yeah.
this ring, did you find it in a room labeled 009573?
Now that you mention it, I don't know what the room was called, but there was a folder on the ground, and it definitely had those numbers. Maybe not in that order, but it definitely had most of those numbers on there.
I see. Yes, what you stumbled on was another one of the abnormalities in the facility. From the documents that we went through, it was an item located on another one of the floors. Carter, do you know anything about this particular entity?
No, actually. That was how I got in originally. The doors were sealed and I found a little hole just around the outside. I was lucky enough to squeeze in, but that room was in bad shape and well, I was told during training to literally never go in there. I didn't have clearance, so I just ignored that thing. Kind of scares me, to be honest. Are
see.
you feeling okay? Kerry, are you okay?
I mean, it's just me. I flex again.
Yeah, so this time, as you flex, you notice something that wasn't there before, Kerry. On
Oh my god, is it on his
on
finger?
your right hand, as you raise your hand up, it's barely noticeable. But on your pointer finger, your index, there is a tiny scar wrapped in almost a perfect circle around your finger.
Well, it's one thing that days like this always seem to remind me. He just kind of looks out the window. There's always a bigger fish.